Hey, beautiful magical ones, it's Ethony and it is Oracle Wednesday for your week of the 14th of August to the 20th. It is time for you to select a pile of cards and to get a message from your inner self, your higher self, your guides, the universe, the cards themselves, however you like to see this process going down. I'm about to switch cameras and you are going to pick the pile of cards you feel the most drawn to, and then we're going to come back and reveal your messages. Okay, lovely ones, it's now time for you to take a deep breath in, center yourself, and ask the question of your guides, of your inner self. What message do I need to hear today? What message is being asked to be heard by my inner self? What guidance do I need for the week? However you like to pose that question for your message, and select the pile of cards that you feel the most drawn to. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. I sometimes call them groups as well, so don't get confused if I say that in the video. I suggest you write down which pile of cards you feel the most drawn to so that you don't forget, and let's have a look and listen at what your cards are in the reveal. Okay, so we're back. You have selected your pile, and before I begin, I just want to give a shout out to my friend Jamie Sawyer from Jamie Sawyer Tattoo. I can't remember the actual name of her business, but I purchased these off of her from Etsy and I have been loving them. I have been wearing them ever since I got them. So thank you for my beautiful pentacle earrings. Ooh, anyone who watches will understand why I'm being so silly. Any hoodle, let's get down to business. I also wanted to mention, for those of you who are watching this for the first time, hi, how are ya? And also, I will let you know the decks that I use this week at the end of the video. And this week, the decks that I have chosen to work together have, oh my gosh, they were just like singing together. They were beautifully aligned. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a spritzy spray, and let's get this party started. So for pile 1, I know you're like, woman, just read my cards, but my channel. Pile number 1, your first card this week is the 10 of Swords. And you know what? A lot of people see this card and they think, uh-oh, spaghetti-o, I'm about to get stabbed. Not once, not twice, but all of 10 freaking times. But that's not true. This week, along with these other cards that I'm going to show you in a minute, you are actually being asked to just let it go. There may have been something that you've been really trying to push, or a situation that you have been currently entangled with. The 10 of Swords is the finale card of the 10 journey, the Suits journey of the Swords. And what that means is that you are at the end of this. So if you've been engaging in a situation, time for you to disengage, get untangled, get out your clippers, cut those cords, cut your ties, and go away, get away from it. Engaging anymore in this situation is not going to get you anywhere, and it's certainly not going to get you the result that you are hoping for. So you may as well cut your losses and go right now, because it's not going to get any better. But the other part of this is it's not going to get any worse either. You know where you stand in the situation. It's not going to change. So if someone has said to you no, they're not going to change their mind. If someone has said, I don't want to do that, or this situation is not going to move forward, or our decision is final, believe them that it is final. It's not going to get any better or any worse. So just like, you know, you've asked a question, you've got the answer. Don't push the universe for a different one. It ain't gonna happen. No, it's not. So you may as well move on. I've been watching a lot of Parks and Rec. It's one of my favorite shows. If you haven't watched it, go watch it on Amazon. I watch it again. If I'm doing like admin stuff, I put something on in the background, and it's one of my favorite shows. So that's why I'm singing a lot, because there's some characters who do that, breakout song a lot. Plus, that's just me anyway. Your second card is doubling down on that message. We have Stargazer Lily, and it is the card of surrender. So I'm just going to say a couple of things on this card, and then I'm going to get to my channeled message. So this Lily is asking that you surrender to the unconditional love that the universe has flown to you. And you're like, Ethony, what? What do you mean? Well, you know, sometimes that answer is a loving answer. Sometimes when a door shuts in our face, it shuts in our face for a reason. Sometimes when we get, you know, we get something that we don't want. Hang on, roll back. Dun, 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 dun. When we get an answer we don't want is actually a blessing in disguise. So what you're being asked to do is to just let things go, let down the barriers and the excuses and the everything that you put up in place around this situation or around yourself at the moment, and let the healing begin, let the untangling begin, let the self-love work start. And that is what this card is about. It's like surrendering that, receive some stuff that is, good. You are always good enough. A part of this whole, I just want to say that really slowly, and then I'm going to get onto the channel message on that. You are always good enough. Part of the thing with the Ten of Swords that I see come up a lot for my clients when it comes up in a reading is they feel like, oh, if I just gave a little bit more, if I just did a little bit more, what am I not doing enough of? Why am I not good enough? Why wasn't it enough, the effort that I put in? It is not about you. You are always good enough. Just because something is coming up in a different place or someone is reacting in a way that you don't, it's against your heart's desire, it doesn't mean you've done anything wrong. Don't take it on as it being something that you could have done more on or pushed more on or been more on or being more of. No, you be you, you do you, and let it go. Your final message this week, and like I said, I love how these cards have danced together. The messages were super clear, super quick this week. It just felt like it came in really, really quickly. Is the Magpie, and this is join life's dance. So there is a duality. So another part of your process for this week is to look at both sides of things. There is light and shadow in everything, and as we can see in this beautiful Magpie card, we have the darkness and light in this gorgeous, and look at the backs of this deck. I'm in love. This is a very, very special deck of mine. It doesn't come out very often to play, but it is absolutely stunning. If it sucks, it sucks. If you're hurt, you're hurt. If you've invested a lot of time and money or energy or love or whatever it may be into this situation and it is now unraveling, accept that. Take some time to deal with that. It is okay to have feelings that are not light, love and unicorns. You can feel the way you need to feel in order to move forward. That is absolutely fine. But what this Magpie is asking, and I don't know if magpies in Australia have a very specific call and they're very, very pretty. It is allowing yourself to move forward with this Ten of Swords and this surrender in the lily, and allowing whatever has not been bringing you joy to just drop away. Because if you don't move forward in life without spark and without joy and movement, you get stuck. And that Ten of Swords is very stuck. It's very hard to move with 10 swords or 10 whatever it may be. 10 excuses, 10 lies, 10 obligations, whatever that represents for you. 10 years of commitment, whatever it is, holding you down. The Magpie is asking you to look at both of those, the sides of those things. Embrace when you can, in a supportive way, in a healthy way, embracing the hurt, healing that, allowing yourself the process to heal that and let go. And then what is the lesson here for you? Are you going to give yourself permission to surrender and break free? And like I said, what a beautiful message from these cards this week for group number 1. Disengage, check out, walk away, cut the bonds, surrender and allow yourself some unconditional love here, love bun or a lot of unconditional love. And then look at both sides of the story. I was just checking the cards, looking at both sides of the story, ensuring that you're looking at the shadow side as well as the light, acknowledging what hurts and acknowledging what feels good. Often when we break free from a situation, there is that sort of sigh of relief for a second, and then the other stuff comes in. I know specifically for me that comes up a lot. I feel like I can deep breathe because I'm free, but then 2 days later or whatever it may be, I'm like, here comes a feelings train, and it is chugging along, and it's got some shit that I gotta deal with. That kind of thing happens. So allowing that to happen, and then leaving the things that don't give you that, I want to take this forward, I want to really do this work, I feel really good about it, or I feel really good about this situation. Allow those things to drop away and move forward. That is your group number 1. Group number 2, you have a very sort of pensive week ahead of you, group number 2. There is a real need in your first card here, the High Priestess, to listen, really listen. And this might be funny coming from someone who talks a lot, and you know what? I'm okay with that. I know who I am. I know I talk a lot. but I can also listen. That becomes a part of being, who you are. And that's a really good way of looking at this high priestess too. She sits in between these two, here she stands in between these two trees. And often when a situation comes up, people ask you to take sides, or you feel like you're stuck in the middle, or you can be the peacemaker, or you're holding everything up together, or you're the one who everyone calls. All that, there's a myriad of things that come from being this high priestess energy. And even if you're just sitting in this energy for a week, some people, like myself, sit in this energy all the time. It can be very difficult to hold that. But what you're being asked to do is stay firmly in the middle. There's a lot around the Tree of Life where this beautiful orb of the High Priestess sits. I'm not going to get into it because there's a lot, but she sits in silence. She sits in contemplation. She sits in reflection and in that deep space of intuition. You are being asked not to take sides this week. You are being asked to just simply sit, be still, and listen to what's going on, to be aware and observant. That owl there is a real call to paying attention to people's actions and not their words. That is what's going to show you the way forward. You will always know, even if the mind wants to over-rationalize and move you out of that space of deep, deep knowing. Your second card for the week for group number 2 or pile number 2, I intertwine those two words. Funny, I interchange those two words, I guess I would say. Periwinkle, intertwining. Allow the lessons, this is a message that I got, so I'm just going to go for it. Allow the lessons and people to come to you. The answers will come to light when it's supposed to. Okay, so that was a big message that came in here. It's you're taking a bit of a backseat, you're taking a bit of a passive space this week, and that is absolutely fine. So what this deck says, specifically what the creator says about this, all is as it should be. Periwinkle is here to help you weave together all the lessons and experience of the past and the wisdom gained so that you can move forward with understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. So here it is really saying, it is what it is where you are, all is as it should be, and that's why you're taking that more of a passive area and passive approach to your week, not passive aggressive, a passive approach to the week. You're being asked to kind of, like I said, step back, reflect more, listen, participate. Obviously I'm not saying call in so you can be well, my tarot reader said to me I need to take a passive, I need to be passive this week, so I'm taking a week off. I mean, if you can do that, then that's great, but I doubt that's gonna fly in many places. Do your thing as well, people. Live your life. But if you are being asked to kind of take sides and you're being asked to kind of go, And let me tell you this, unless it is a very strict, a very kind of line in the dirt kind of thing of taking sides, here is what I have found. Here's Ethony's wisdom. I feel like I need a little thing that goes, pew, Ethony's wisdom. Just pretend it's there. Use your imaginations. So I have found in life that, say you've got friends who've gone through a breakup, giving you a scenario, and you've got, you're friends with both of them. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're friends with one of them and it's very easy to choose sides. But say you're in this situation, you're friends with both of them and they break up. True friends, truly, unless something horrible happened here, and that's what I'm talking about, the line in the sand. But if it was pretty amicable, more or less, both sides have got their stories, both sides are talking a little bit of smack about the other because they're hurt and all that kind of stuff that happens in a breakup. True friends will not expect you to take a side if they understand that you want to be friends with both, parties. Again, unless something horrible has happened. If something horrible has happened, then that's a completely different thing. But if you are around the right people, they are going to understand that taking sides is not what is needed. You can show love and support without having to put your flag firmly somewhere. Sometimes you need to take a stand, but this week you are not being asked to. So there you go. I hope that analogy kind of made sense. So your final card is the Hare, and the Hare is about looking beneath the surface, and that is such a wonderful, wonderful sort of way to wrap up this reading for you, group number 2. The hare is quick moving. This is an animal of shape shifting. Things are changing around you and changing all the time, and your intuition is going to know when that is a right time to kind of key in and to chime in and to take action, to give your friend a hug, to give yourself a hug, whatever needs to happen this week. But the Hare is saying that you need to really look beneath the surface and not take things at face value. And that's often what comes up with me with this high priestess energy. It's someone may say they are something, or they may be pretending to be something, but it's really through those actions and through time and through allowing the glamours and the masks and the pretending and all that sort of stuff to shift away and to really reflect on what people are doing, not saying, that it's going to allow you to see what is happening. So don't take anything on face value this week, group number 2. It's not going to do, I don't want to say people are being lying and they're being like super shady, but there is definitely some energy there that requires you to be pensive and to pause. I'm like moving through my notes. That's the reason why I'm like, I looked down for a sec. Group number 3, you have picked, if you pick group number 3, virtual high five. You are being told by the universe, by your guides, by everyone that the time is now to act. You have got the 6 of Wands, and the 6 of Wands is your first card anyway, is the 6 of Wands. And what an amazing energy of a card this is. This is a card of fierceness. Go get them. Get yourself up off your butt. Go do the thing. If you have had an idea that you've been like pondering on, go grab it. If you've been waiting to ask for a promotion or for more work responsibilities or looking for a new job or whatever it may be, this is the time to do it. This is absolutely the time where you are not to sit on the sidelines. You are to participate. You are to get involved. It will pass you by if you don't, and you will really be like, bummer, I shoulda, woulda, coulda, right. Hindsight is 2020. Time for you to get amongst it, get involved, and participate. Your second card is the Black-Eyed Susan, and this is the recognition card. So the author of this deck said, Black-Eyed Susan gently helps you wake up and recognize all aspects of yourself, even the ones you deem ugly or unworthy. Now, for me this week, that is what there's a lot more on here. But for me, this is about being recognized, your work being recognized, your input, your energy, your commitment, your shine, your glitter, your unicorn, all that stuff, your genius, your gift, your magic, your spark is being asked to be recognized. And all this, like so much yellow, there is so much solar plexus energy happening in this reading for you for group number 3. So please go get it, go out and get it. Do not be afraid to be seen and to put your work out there. Go ask to be a part of an exhibition. Put your hand up for that kind of work. Go and if there are people that you want to work with, go reach out to them, and don't do it in a gross way, but in a nice way, and say, hey, I would love to work with you. Go after your goals. It is time for you to really just embrace that little whisper in your ear that is saying it's the right time, and absolutely go for it. It's such a wonderful place to be when you have such a clear reading like this. It's just like go. It's just fabulous. There's no like maybe and a bit of an iffy thing. This is like a hardcore yes. I love a hardcore yes. That could be seen really dirty, but you know what I mean. And my favorite thing ever, bees. Owls and bees. So your final card is the honeybee, and this is about working together. So if you know that you can't get to where you need to be on your own, and most people can't, collaborate. And the one note on this for you this week is, before you go and grab that bull by the horns and run with it, or whatever euphemism, whatever you want to say there for yourself, before you get on your unicorn and fly through the air like a magical blinking beast, you are going to really benefit from some clear communication. So take a hot second this week before you go ahead and get crystal clear on what you're asking of the universe, what you're asking from your guides, what you're asking from other people. Honeybees work together, and one of the things about working together and having a really good outcome is ensuring that your communication is crystal clear. The clearer your communication, the clearer your request, the clearer you're putting out, the clearer message you're going to get back in. One of the things I love about being me, and believe me, there's a few, trust me, it's taken some hardcore work to like really love myself. And I hope that everyone gets there one day, is I communicate clearly. I communicate bluntly, maybe sometimes to some people, or I'm Australian, I deal with it, but I let people know where they stand. I let people know if I'm frustrated or if I'm upset. I let them know where I am in things, and that just lets so much happen so quickly. Do not beat around the bush. There is delivery always, but the clearer you are about what you want, who you are, and what you're going after, the more it's going to be reflected back in a way that is useful and successful for you. Believe me, I'm living proof that that absolutely happens. And you can say things, lovingly, like, I'm frustrated right now. I love you, but I'm really frustrated right now. It's all just in your delivery. So I hope that I didn't tangent too much. Group number 3, go after it. Get a plan, clearly communicate what you want and what you need from other people. Do not beat around the bush. It is just not going to get you anywhere, and you're probably going to get everybody involved frustrated. Black-eyed Susan, go and get some recognition. You've done some hard work. Congratulations. Go after it. You are an absolute boss, and I absolutely love it. I love anyone succeeding in something they truly love and believe in. I sit on the sidelines and I'm just like, slow clap. All right, well, what decks did we... Well, that was your readings. That was your readings for the week. Are you excited? I hope so. All right, what decks did we use this week? I'm sure there's a few of you who've already looked in the description, which is where they'll all be. I'm also sure a lot of you already know a lot of them. This is the Umbra and Ora Tarot. I have an unboxing video. I think I have unboxing videos of all of these decks this week. So lucky duckies on my channel, and where you can go and purchase and support the creators of these decks. These are all indie decks this week too, is in the description below. So this is the Umbra and Ora Tarot, and I have unboxed this on my channel, and I love this color scheme. They're all sorts of upside downs and stuff because I have actually been working with them. My favorite color schemes lately have been these pale, I love pastels. So I have been really, that's one of my favorite color palettes when I do painting. I've been really enjoying the softness of this deck. It is a larger deck. It is a really, really stunning deck. The backs are really pretty. I like pink. I just really adore it. It's soft, it's gorgeous, but it's beautiful. I raved about it when I unboxed it, and I have been using it. A lot of people ask, how are decks when after you've unboxed them? Some of them I have to admit that I unbox and probably gift or give away or don't really work with. Others I work with a lot, and this has been one of them. I will never give this away. Never! 9 of Pentacles, one of my favorites. This is a really, really gorgeous deck. Very clear, very gentle, gorgeous. I would absolutely recommend this to people who may be a little bit fearful of the tarot, but it's just a really beautiful heart space deck. And then I picked 2 gorgeous nature oracles to support that this week. The first one is the Soulflower Plant Spirit Oracle, and I love this deck. I've had this deck for a long while. Lisa Estabrook gave this to me back in 2016 when it came out, so 3 years, and I adore it. It's one of the things I really like about it, I just want to show you. I love the backs. So there's a few different, so it's almost like suits. And her artwork is just really gorgeous, and it's a really supportive deck. It's a really lovely one to work with if you are feeling very head twitchy, if you're feeling like you really want to get into working with plant medicine and aromatherapy and Bach flower essences and orosoma, if you do orosoma. And it's really divine. There's enough information on the cards where you can get enough out of it. This week when I was working with this deck, I only really used the keyword, but you can, because I was doing it in a reading with more than one card, and for me, if I'm reading what the author, what Lisa said here, it actually got a little bit too confusing. It wasn't the message that I was channeling in, but you can just say bee balm, vibrant, so you can kind of go for it, or you can pull it out as a daily card and then actually read the packs, and you can actually read the messages there as well. So this is a beautiful deck. As I mentioned, I have unboxed this one on my channel. It'll be deeper, it'll be in the archives, folks. I think there's over 150 unboxings now on my channel, and so you'll have to go searching for it. And the last one is an indie deck that I backed on Indiegogo a while ago. And it is the Green Wheel Oracle. This is a premium deck. I'm not going to lie to you. It was expensive. It's all canvas. Oh, ASMR, right? It comes in this wooden box. Well, it's like a thick cardboard box. It comes with a canvas bag, and the backs, like I said, are just so beautiful. You get a guidebook with it. I couldn't pass it up. The guidebook's got quite a lot of information. It's got the moons. It's got this. So it says the Sabbats. It's got. Let me try that again. Has the wheel card, so it has the 8 Sabbats. The lunar card, so it has all the moons, and the companion cards. And this is more on the Druidic side of things. It is really gorgeous. You can use this as an altarpiece deck. I adore it. I think that's really I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that's really what this deck, where its power is. You can use it in a oracle way as well, but one of the things that is really beautiful about this deck is that it has got connections to all of the Sabbats. It has beautiful thick canvas cardstock. This little wood mouse is so cute, and it's about to get eaten by the owl behind it. As you can see, it is upside down and all that sorts of things, because I have been using it since I got it. This is also a few years old in regards to being in my collection, but I really adore it. So these are all the wheel cards. Whoops. So we've got the Oak King and the Holly King there. Then we got some of the moon ones. So it's really just so stunning. I love this deck. I think it's a really perfect one to work with in regards to journey work. And my animal magic and tarot course is next week for Tarot Summer School, and I forgot to take this out to work with in regards to animals, but there are a number of animals in here that that I work with quite a lot in that. I just actually want to sit here and look at the green man. I actually just want to sit here and look through it. It's got the oakum in it. Oh, so beautiful. Don't though. I've got lots of work to do today. But that's the Green Wheel Oracle. Those are your messages. Those are the decks I've used this week. I hope you are having a stunner of a week. I hope you are filled with love and people are being kind to you and awesome, and that you're basically #winning at life. I know that, I know I am. So my blessings on to you. Have a wonderful week, everybody. And I will see you all next week for Oracle Wednesday.